crucified is the source of eternal salvation and the true revelation of the wisdom and power of God. 611. The crucifixion of Christ horrified the well-meaning pagans and was the object of ridicule to the Christians in the sense of the enormous disgrace it was for them to have a God humiliated in that horrible way. Christian art gradually overcame the realistic repugnance of the representation of Christ's death on the cross. At first, the cross studded with precious stones was depicted, but without the body of Jesus. When over time the pain of crucifixion had gradually faded from human memory, the figure of Christ hanging from the cross became more common. But the evangelical message of Jesus Christ and Him crucified was so difficult to preach, accept and propagate that St. Paul tells how he arrived in Corinth on his first visit to that port, with such weakness that he trembled with fear. He says, "I did not speak to you or preach to you with wise and eloquent words, but with demonstration of the power of the Spirit, so that your faith would not depend on human wisdom, but on the power of God, who Christ crucified is the source of eternal salvation and the true revelation of the wisdom and power of God." Paul goes on to say that, being among you, knowing nothing except Jesus Christ and Him crucified. Col. 2:14 refers to the way in which Jesus was nailed to the cross and speaks of the cancellation of the debt that was pending with the legal demands of Him. He cancelled that debt that was against us, nailing it to the cross. That debt was nailed to the cross along with Jesus Himself. Such legal debt consisted of the enormous list of human failures that deserved condemnation. Christ destroyed that legal certificate from the cross, thus cancelling our debt of guilt and obtaining forgiveness for our crimes. The issue of what the value of each of you means was demonstrated and ratified on the cross. Stop continuing with the guilt that afflicts you and begin to trust in the payment that Jesus made from the cross. Pope Benedict tells us that when we face illness or death, the Word of God teaches us that faith in the love of God is our support and salvation. Love was what took Him to the cross and hold Him on the cross. 612. The genuine certainty of God's love and existence is what enables us to endure whatever He allows in order to one day join Him in heaven. Become a member of the channel and be an instrument of the Word of God. Don't miss this opportunity to impact lives. Click the link in the description now and help us spread the Word of God. First Sunday of Lent by Paul Andrew. Summary. About wild beasts and waiters. First Sunday of Lent. About wild beasts and waiters. He lived there among wild animals, and the angels served him. 1. Wild animals. A man said, I have an angel on one of my shoulders and a devil on the other. I am also deaf in one ear. During Lent, in the desert, we may use the time to battle with what we call animalistic passions. Saint Teresa of Avila said that we must be alert to the poisonous reptiles that are represented in bad thoughts and in spiritual aridity, which is what tests us. Did it hurt a lot to fall from the sky? Someone asked in reference to Satan.